So today on Adventure Pirates, we're fixing to go to Waco, Texas, and we've had some friends come up from Arkansas that's coming with us. So, and here they are. This is Kelly, and we have Stacy. She's from our friend from Arkansas. We have Melissa from Arkansas, and we have Jenny, who's originally from Arkansas, but a Texas transplant, the captain of the Adventure Pirates. We decided to come to Waco to Magnolia.
The Magnolia Silos.
Yeah, Magnolia Silos.
Home of Chip and JoJo, Fixer Upper fame. And we are completely overwhelmed, or at least my husband is, who had no idea what to expect and the number of people that would be here. So, Kel, since you're being our little photographer, why don't you turn around and pan the people behind us?
Okay, this is more than we ever thought was actually going on. Yeah.
Listen, I love some Chip, but why in the heck is all these people here? I mean, why?
So they love him.
We've just walked in. We haven't seen anything yet. We just had to hit the restrooms, of course, because an hour and a half trip someone had to go. But we are going to go check out some of the shopping and the play area. And
Food
the
trucks.
The food trucks maybe, because someone might be hungry now. And then we're going to be sharing some of that with you guys.
So here we are inside the Magnolia Market, and it is crazy in here.
The thing to remember about this is we're doing this on Labor Day weekend. We knew it was crazy to begin with. So this is not necessarily the best example of what it's really like to come here. I think if you came on a regular week, it's going to be busy, but it's not going to be insane.
I'm still looking for Chip. In an old grain storage silo. I like how the shirt lined up. That's going to keep my day.
Silos are amazing. It's obviously, a captive audience, so things are pricey, but they have some beautiful items, just like what you've seen in the shows. If you're a fan of Fixer Upper, you definitely need to come. What do you think of it? I know that Chip is like your best friend, so what do you think of his playhouse?
Just to be brutally honest, I feel like they almost need a guy area, like Chip's Corner can be expanded to like some, I don't know, TVs, couches. Just they need a guy area for the husbands to hang out.
Okay,
It doesn't look at the flowers in the shops.
They're looking at the kids.
And whatever. But anyway, I feel like they may need to develop a guy area.
Yeah, something in their vibe though. Maybe like a hands-on area where you can maybe do some projects or some demo or something. That would be fun. But I don't think that watching TV, unless it's their show, is really the vibe they're going for. But yeah.
I mean, I know that Chip and them are not drinkers, but I'm thinking they need a bar. Chip's Corner needs a bar.
Bar and brewery, yeah. Organic grown hops, that'd be fine.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's a great experience. It's definitely crowded.
Yeah, it'd be totally worth it. We're glad we came. We're going to be very glad to head on out of here and find us a nice place to sit down and some air conditioning because Labor Day in Texas is hot, y'all. Y'all. So we're out, but thanks for joining us. We're at the suspension bridge in Waco, and this portion of it is actually part of the Chisholm Trail that was how they drove down the rivers in Texas, all these steer. And so there's lots of monuments all around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then down here in Waco, and then further on, I'm sure, to commemorate that. So you can see some of those here. And we have this memorial thing. And now we're going to go take a look at the bridge.
So we're walking to the
Mammoth dig site.
to the Mammoth dig site. It's supposed to be inside, from what I
It's a
understand.
climate control building.
So that's a good thing.
Because it's hot. Because it's
Yeah.
Texas.
On our last trip to Waco, we've got to apologize. It was 102 degrees that day.
And super humid.
It was miserable. And so whenever we left
It's the Waco Mammoth National Monument.
when we left there, all we was thinking about was let's find some cold air and a Sonic drink. Oh, it was miserable. We were dying.
It was very uncomfortable, and so we kind of lost track of the fact that we're supposed to be sharing the journey with you guys, and we didn't do a wrap-up, we didn't do a documenting of the trip on the way home, and we didn't thank our special guests.
Yeah, we really like to thank Melissa and Stacy and Kelly for joining along with us.
And being such good sports with us, stopping and talking to you guys in the middle of all this craziness that was going on around us. Luckily, they're used to us, so it wasn't a big deal. But we appreciated having them on the journey with us.
Yeah, and because they drove all the way from Arkansas to spend the weekend with us, and so what did we do? We threw them in a car and drove them around for another day. So big shout out to them for tagging along.
Absolutely. So tell me, we'll do our wrap up now, even though it's been a couple of days. What did you think about the National Monument, first of all?
That's a tough one for me. If you're into the dinosaurs and stuff, it's a cool place to go. But I just wasn't overly impressed myself.
He still has a whole hard time believing that fossils are in the ground. He knows that they're there, but he's had too much Disney in his life. And so he thinks that it's just all there planted for his entertainment. Am I right?
It's just a lot to wrap your head around. Let's put it
But
there.
for my experience, I thought it was amazing to see these fossils still in the ground, which is something that you just don't get the opportunity to see very often. They've excavated a whole bunch, and they have a bunch in museums there in Waco at the school, but these are still in the ground. They're still getting funding to excavate them, so you get to actually see them in situ and experience what it's like to find a fossil, basically, and that was very cool.
And not to try to bore y'all or anything, but pretty much what is at that monument, it was like a couple mother mammoths, and it was probably 4 or 5 young mammoths,
And one male.
and one male. So it was a nursery, and they all pretty much died at the same time. And along with the mammoths was a camel. Who knew there was camels in Texas? So, but they still don't know to today really what type of event caused all those animals to die in such close proximity and at the same time. Whether it was a huge flood or something like that where they got stuck in the ground,
Yeah,
So-
they think it's probably a combination of floodwaters and mud slides, but they're still working out the details. But it was a great educational experience. I'm very glad we went. But Waco has a whole bunch more to offer that we didn't get to that day. So we'll definitely be taking another trip at some point just to explore those. Okay, so now for the entirety of the trip, what was your favorite part? I don't know, this is a tough one on him too, because I really planned this trip for our friends' entertainment and for me, and he was just very kind enough to go along with me, because while he loves Fixer Upper, and he thinks Chip is his best friend, and that's no joke, actually going to the silos and stuff he could have cared less about. He was a really good sport.
Chinese buffet was great. No, I'm just kidding. The silos are a great time, and like I said, but it's a lot of shopping. It's a lot of plants. It's a lot of flowers. It's a woman's trip. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I was there. I had fun, so that's.
Got a cupcake?
Yeah, I had a cupcake, and so that's about it for me. I mean.
Okay. I thought it was very cool to see what they've developed there. I think they've put Waco back on the map, and it's really exciting to me to see how one couple have taken a dream and turned it into something so mammoth, no joke intended, to bring an entire town back on the map. And I think that's really special, and I think that's something to be admired. And then it was very cool to see the bridges. Melissa is a huge bridge fan. She'd say a bridge nerd. And so she was thrilled for the opportunity to have so many in proximity to take photos of. But for me, it was just neat to see the age and kind of the juxtaposition of these beautiful old bridges in the middle of this modern town in Texas, and how it all kind of blends together. I think it really sums up Texas nicely.
Yeah, so with that, I'm going to leave you with, just a thought for the day. Camels in Texas.
All right, thanks for coming on our adventure, guys.